Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we got a bit more of a serious video when it comes to the VanClan. Shit went down yesterday. It's still going down. Not really in real time, but sort of in real time because I'm a day late because I filmed my videos yesterday. But this is what's been going on, and I think we need to talk about it because it's a pretty big deal when it comes to the exploitation of children and the eventual fallout of a lot of these families because the life that they live is not sustainable. When everything that you do is for fame and money on the internet, it clearly means that you are selfish and that you're not a good parent. And in the end, no matter what happens in your family, the child suffers. So let's talk about it. So a long time ago I did a video on the VanClan where she was upset that a stranger took a photo of her and her daughter and was visibly like, I can't believe someone would do that. Yet she was doing a Photoshop on the beach with her daughter for a brand that was going to be on the internet. And people couldn't understand, like, why are you so upset? It's just going to be out there no matter what. And so she got upset. They called me out, a little bit of a beef, not much. They just called me out because they were pissed that I made fun of them. That's what I do, and kind of where it landed. And then I just started following them. And then there was another update when he was talking about unaliving himself and was making posts about this stuff, was in the back of a police car and all that kind of stuff. And it was just falling apart. Their answer to the life falling apart at that point was to make prawn. No joke. To make OnlyFans prawn. And they thought that was going to go gangbusters. They thought they were going to make a ton of money. All their fans were going to come over and watch them and want to do it. And contrary to popular belief, when you grow a family vlog, most of the people that are going to watch you are young, okay? And adults who watch you not necessarily aren't watching because they want to watch you have sex, okay? Let's be real. So transferring over to OnlyFans did really nothing for them. All it did was, you know, enable their haters to go and make fun of them even more because, you know, transferring from, you know, being a VanClan family that wants to travel, nomads, blah, 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 to like, look how awesome we are in little businesses here and there, to like creating literal sex videos is not a good, it's not a good look. Okay, I don't care who you are. I know I'm old-fashioned. This is where I stand on that. If you have children, especially children who are on the internet and famous because you made them that way, you literally making prawn is terrible for them. Okay, it's selfish, and it makes you a bad person and a bad parent all around. Let's be real. Adults should be able to enjoy what they want to do and do what they want to be able to do. I get that, okay? I understand that. But there is no net benefit to creating prawn or looking at prawn in the world. Let's be real, okay? And if you watch my story, you see why I have a big problem with it. Now, I also believe that if you're a consenting adult, you should be able to do what you want to do and whatever, right? Okay, bye. And so as long as you're safe and everything else, but as soon as kids enter into the picture, all right, that's when everything should change. The protection of your children should matter more to you than the money that you make. Now, there are actual literal prawn stars out there like Lena the Plug who transfer from being prawn and Shannon Rose to doing family vlogging. But Lena the Plug does family vlogging while she does prawn, brings people around her house to make those videos with her child in the house. Okay, that type of person gets no grace from me. I think that you're gross and selfish. If you are going to do that stuff without understanding and do not care the ramifications it's going to have on your child's future and what people perceive, then you're selfish. And I know people are like, well, then children shouldn't do that. And I agree with you, but they will. That's the reality. There are two worlds we can live in, right? What's going to happen, the reality of what's going to happen, and what you wish would happen. And I understand people are like, don't judge and all that stuff. And who just did the video about, I think it was it the Beastons are like, we're just going to raise them to not, you know, be ashamed that we share their privacy. No, it doesn't work that way. Clearly, you were never a kid. And a lot of these people have have such low self-esteem. You know they grew up in a world where they were made fun of and bullied. Because look at them. The only joy they get from life is when strangers give them a good comment on the internet. And that's kind of where we left off with the caravans. What are they called? What are they called? And that's kind of where we left off with the VanClan. Then making porn, and then I guess they bought a bus and they're going to do all these things. And then they did this video, which was our new business. Surprise, surprise. And I'm going to take a look at this. I want to show you the last thing they did, and then we're going to talk about what's really happening.
What's up, VanClan, and welcome back to the channel. We're getting ready to head out. Benji in the background always goes, back to the channel. We're getting ready to go run some errands. I told Sissy this morning, I was like, help me, remind me of all the places we need to go, because I'm gonna...
Okay, Dr. Justin, I can't hear anything you're saying because it's so effing loud.
Yeah, she's pretty good about it too. She's like, Mommy, we need to go home. I've been trying to drink more water lately, so.
At least she's doing that, drinking water.
Wildy, let me brush your hair, Bob. Your hair is getting...
Anyway, I'm going to fast forward to this part, if I could find it.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you cannot tell me, like, it's as big as my freaking head. We have...
That's as big as your head? Maybe as big as your brain. Bird.
It's
not snarky. It's not snarky video.
Exciting thing that we are about to start. A new business, if you will. We are producing probably about 12 eggs a day, which obviously is a lot of eggs. And we thought it would be really fun for the kids to go to like our local farmer's market every week and sell their little chicken eggs, kind of like a lemonade stand, but like chicken eggs, you know?
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna need permits and you're gonna have to pay rent to be there and shit. You're gonna be in the hole $500 before the end of the weekend.
A lot of really cute ideas for it, but I think we're gonna start that soon because when we did the lemonade stand before,
Okay, so that's the big surprise, new business, okay? Now, I'm not going to let her continue talking because this shit gets serious now. So, if you head over to VanClan Snarking on Reddit, this is where people were obviously sending me tons of messages. They were sending me his lives and everything else. So, that's the last video they did. Everything seems fine. Ticky-boo. She's... You know, she seems normal. There doesn't seem to be anything off. Generally, people who watch these, oh, it looks like they're off. Which all that shows you is that they're really good at hiding things. That's it. That should scare everybody because family vloggers inherently, everything that they do is created for content. It is faked for content a lot of the time too, okay? They are like, well, we're gonna do eggs, we're gonna do this, we're gonna make a van, we're gonna travel, we're gonna Disney. Everything that they do is done with the intention of filming it for content, exploiting their children for content. Okay? And so when shit actually does hit the fan behind the scenes on a lot of the channels, you don't see it. When kids are actually being bullied at school, you don't see it unless the parents will cover it, which some parents do, which is crazy. And you don't see the real things that are going down. A lot of these parents, especially those who can literally vlog their entire life, day to day, everywhere, those people are so stuck on themselves, they're so narcissistic that they do that. That's the kind of person it takes to say, everybody wants to see my day. Everybody wants to see me every single day and do all this kind of stuff. The narcissism is rife when it comes to family vlogging. Okay? And they do all these things to make money. And so when those two people get together and create content, they are absolutely going to be fireworks in the background. There's going to be jealousy. There's going to be all these things. There's going to be people messaging you from the opposite sex, trying to get things out of you. And we have seen many times over, Carl, what's his face? Shay Tarts. There's been a bunch of family vlogger men who've been reached out to by women and have been caught, and some with underage people. Chris Ingham. Okay? And it happens. But they won't show it to you. Even with the Our Life, which someday I will do an update for sure. Our Life, apparently Daniel cheated with somebody. She goes hog wild making content about this guy cheating on her, right? He comes out, he does this video. I'll do a whole update someday, but he's like, yeah, I did it, and blah, blah, blah. Now they're back together, everything's ticky-boom. People are like, was this real? Was it real? Right? Even if it was real, the fact that she is willing to post that online for everybody to see because they are so hard up for cash and don't know what to do, they'll do it. They'll give you everything. But some won't. Some keep it hidden. So when they do a video like that, meanwhile, the shit that's hitting the fan in the background, that's really scary. And you know who it's scary for? The kids. It's scary for the kids. Because if you go to the comment section of that video, this is going to be very telling. So this was 2 days ago, and if you go to the comment section, and you sort by new, because this thing just broke, 100 comments, and don't forget, these guys have 283,000 subscribers. Not the small, they're small, but they're not the smallest. Someone says, too bad you cheated. Derek's confused me with his Instagram stories. Like, are you too good or no? What do you think? We're going to look at it in a minute. Like, imagine going to post something like this is, they don't know you. You don't know them. But you're like, hey, are you good? Like, that's crazy to me. What happened with them? Oh my God, this is fake, fake, fake. Thanks for keeping it real, Garrick. Please don't do what you did before. Just pray about everything, blah, blah, blah. Sup with Garrett calling you a cheater. How do you get into farmer's market? We have 22 chickens. I want to do this. I saw Garrett taking shots with his friend Chandler. I saw Chandler's story on Instagram. I'm sorry he's out getting drunk and partying, leaving you with the kids. I knew this was going to happen, blah, blah, blah. See, they know their life. These people are like, I saw Garrett taking shots with his friends out in public, and they're posting this on a YouTube channel. Do you guys not see that this is like a major problem? A major issue, because there are kids in their world that they brought to this channel. They talk about being good parents and everything else, but they're not. They're shit parents. These kids are suffering through probably some of the worst shit they'll ever suffer through in their entire lives, okay? I grew up in a world like this, which was a little bit triggering to me. So yes, trigger warning. If you had parents that were in chaos all the time, if you grew up in an abusive household, if you grew up in a household that you were second, or they abandoned you for a lot of the time, or didn't parent you properly, this is them. This is triggering to me and to people like that. Okay? These kids are absolutely living in utter chaos. And this isn't the first time, this isn't the second time, this is like the 10th time this has happened and that they've made it public on their social medias. And that's why this is scary. Those kids live through the reality of it and they see everything, even the shit we don't see. So as bad as we see it here, those kids see it way worse. And their parents that they love, that are supposed to love and protect them. So this is Garrett's Live Part 1.
For no reason, said I hurt the kids. Hey guys, did I hurt you guys today? Excuse me, Camo! Did I hurt you guys today?
First of all, this is the first no-no. Okay, don't live stream it and be like, hey kids, did I hurt you? Did I hurt you with your pink hair and your neck tattoos? Don't do that. I understand what Garrett's trying to do here, though. He's trying to protect himself. He thinks that they're coming for him and they're going to use whatever they can get because they're on social media. She's got a big following, everything else, right? Generally, the woman is believed because that's how society is, and you can't, that's not to be argued. That's just how it is. Courts generally land on the side of women. So Garrett has the idea. I'll live stream this thing. You guys please screen record it, and I'm going to ask my kids, did I hurt you? Did I hurt you? Did I hurt you? Don't do that. Because you're using your kids as pawns. If you want to video this thing for future proof in a court fight, that's different, right? I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying don't share it with millions of people who are watching your live. Those are your kids, dude. You can video this and save it yourself. Except what he does is he asks people to record the live. Why don't you just record it on your phone, dude? Right? So he's doing this because he's trying to, it's like they're fans of their kids and they're trying to get everybody to take a side. That's gross, man. These are not adults. These are immature morons who are raising children. And at the middle, at its core, are children. So Garrett does that because he wants his fans to know he doesn't hurt his children.
Okay, exactly. Somebody screen record this, please. Did I hurt you guys today? No, I didn't. Why are you locked in the house? You're locked out of the house because you lied, you cheated, and you got caught, and you guys... Yeah, oh, yes, I'm on live. Yeah, I am doing this in front.
So she's like, are you live? I need to go live too, but it's our account. So she's probably got all the accounts and everything else. He's got his own, but she's probably got like the VanClan and everything else. So that's probably what's happening.
The kids, they're on my side. They don't want to let you in.
There's error number 2. They're on my side. They don't want to let you in. Your kids don't want to let their mother in the house. I'm not sure if that's the mother though. Let's be real. I think you might be talking to another person that's on the other girl's side. I don't know. But basically, my kids are on my side. They don't want you in the house. Nope. That's it. You don't do that either. Especially when they're standing there. Maybe what you do here, if you're having an adult conversation that's a little bit heated, get the kids in the room, put a movie on, set them up with some snacks. Hey guys, nothing wrong. I'm just going to go talk, have an adult conversation. Stay in here, be safe. Love ya. Okay? There's ways you can do this to shield them. These two people are purposely not shielding their kids. They're actually using their children as shields. That's abuse. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. Anybody who uses a child as a shield or a weapon against someone else, you can kiss everybody's ass on earth. And you know who does that a lot? Ferran's mom, royalty family, against his dad. They weaponize their son against him. And they have been, it's called parental alienation, and it happens a lot. Children are used as weapons and they are wielded, and courts can allow it. Okay? So right there already. All of you are failing these children. Garrett is failing them even more right now. Now, a lot of people are going to be, yeah, I'm Team Garrett because whatever. Both of these assholes are bad. Not one is good. Okay, they're both creating porn on the internet for money. Right? They're both throwing each other on the bus in front of their kids, in front of their live audience every day. They're both using their kids to get at each other. Not cool. And they're influencing young fans who follow them to think that this is normal behavior.
Okay, that's fine.
She says you're scaring them. It's like, that's fine. No, it's not fine, Garrett. If someone calls you out for scaring the kids, you don't be like, that's fine. No, it's not fine, asshole.
That's not. Get the fuck off this property, Allie.
Great. Okay, so it's Allie.
Set it down and leave.
Read the comments. You do not involve your kids whatsoever. This is effing disgusting. Oh my God, not in front of the kids. Call the cops. Right? And he's like, get the F off my property. Kids are right there looking out the window, this person. I don't know who Allie is. Obviously, I don't know this channel enough to know who Allie is. Sounds like a friend that's on the other side of what's-her-face, Zoe. So I don't know. And people are going to be upset with me for that. But I don't watch these people. Why would I watch them? Okay? I don't. But I'll cover the fallout. So there's Zoe coming in with her key. So he locks the door. Allie couldn't get in. Zoe busts in the door.
Oh, I need help because I caught you guys cheating, but I need help. So this is what girls do.
First of all, don't put all girls in there. This is what Zoe did, is what you say. This is what Zoe did. And I guess there are some receipts that he's provided about the cheating. So I think this whole thing goes down to, if you don't really follow it, like I don't, just kind of catch up to this, is that he caught Zoe cheating, right? And he hasn't gotten the details about what happened yet. But like, let's be real. If you have the capacity to literally show your junk on the internet and sell it to strangers, you also have the capacity to cheat on your spouse, okay? Likely you're a sex addict and everything else, and that's just, I mean, that's what these people do. I'm sorry, not everybody who creates sex work is a cheater, but just saying. You have the capacity to do that, you have capacity to do other things, is what I'm saying. And so he's accusing her of cheating, and he's been saying it for a while, and they've obviously been having troubles for a while, and this is when he says, this is what girls do. No, this is not what girls do.
Prove that they were cheating. You prove that they were cheating. You give all of your life to them, and they still lie, and they say, oh, I hurt the kids today.
Oh, this is absolutely triggering, guys. Be very careful with this, okay? The kids are starting to cry. Mom's coming in she's ignoring dad, coming in for the hugs. Kids are starting to cry. This is the chaos that no kid should ever be subjected to.
The kids today, and then they lie to her husband and say, he faked all the messages. So guess where I'm going? I'm going to her husband's house to go show him the messages. I didn't fake them. Oh, I'm not? Yeah, we're meeting up. We're meeting up. He's not gonna whip my ass. You know?
I just talked to him.
So, again, because we don't know what's going on, basically I think he's going to go talk to Allie's husband about faking some messages, and he's going to prove that these messages weren't fake, and then Allie's going to kick his ass. No, he's not going to kick my ass. It's all in front of the kids. So they're like, don't say it in front of the kids, and then they're saying to Garrick, well, my husband will kick your ass in front of the kids. Like, these are all trash. Every single human being in here, except for those children right in this scenario, are human scum and trash. All of them.
He doesn't care about you. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He knows you're lying. You're a liar. You're a liar. I'm about to go show him you're a liar. Oh, I'm lying, but I have the messages. This is literally what hoes do. You're a liar.
If you've got proof, Garrick, don't do this. Go present your evidence then. Right? Go do the thing you need to do. But he needs to dig hurt, and so does they. They need to dig hurt. These are all deeply hurt people who have no business raising children. This is a CPS call, as far as I'm concerned, too. Okay? That's it. Like, you're putting this shit on the internet, CPS should be involved.
Get the fuck out of here.
Read the comments. Talk about trauma for the kids. Who cheated? Garrick, stop. Bro, you need help hella bad.
What happens when you fuck somebody over and you lie? And you try to get cops involved and over me catching her in a lie. Y'all want to say I need help?
Yeah, Garrick, you do need help. And so does Zoe. And doing what you're doing right here is not helping the situation. It won't help you in this court of law. None of that shit. If you went live and did this, you could have recorded it for your own protection, sure. But why would you go live on Instagram for this? The only reason you're doing that is trying to make Zoe look bad to make yourself look good. And maybe you're right about it. I don't know what you're right about, but maybe you are. But that still makes you trash human when all you need it is for your own safety and when it comes to court and shit like that. If you've got the receipts and everything else, you got a lawyer, you're good to go. Why share this with everybody? That's so trashy.
You're stupid as fuck. Go get cheated on. Stupid fucking people. Go get cheated on. Go have kids and give your all to somebody else. Go do that and then try to come back and tell me that I'm fucking... Fuck no. And then literally catch her in the act and then gaslight me.
Caught her in the act.
To say that none of it's true when I have all the messages. Like,
so I guess he caught her in the act through messages. I guess she was messaging somebody. I guess he'll come out and say it, or they won't, or they'll reconcile and they're like, we're back together now. We're not going to tell you what happened. Let's get back to making prawn. These people absolutely need to go to therapy, if not to like counseling or like 30-day rehabs. Both of them. I'm not kidding. Send the kids off to grandma, grandpa, wherever you can, who can take care of your kids that will love them. You guys both need to go get serious help. Mental, everything, drugs, alcohol, I don't know what it is you're doing, serious help. Because these kids are never going to forget that moment that just happened. That will be embedded as a core memory that you just gave your children. And likely this has happened more than once. This isn't the first time.
No.
Those kids were pretty calm.
This is what people do to tarnish your character and ruin the type of person that you are from the inside out.
Look at this. No, just know that all relationship arguments in front of kids. The people saying this don't have kids. No. All people have arguments like this in front of their children? Are you out of your fucking mind? No, they don't. I get arguments, but this, like, kicking people out of the house and like, no, that doesn't. I mean, maybe if you live in trash, maybe if you're trash people, that I guess maybe your comment should be all trashy people have arguments in front of kids. Maybe that's it.
Gaslighting and manipulating And no, like, I'm done. My whole entire life, and I think they're calling the police right now, which is why I'm on this.
Yeah, you didn't have to go do a live, though. If you're calling the police, you could have just been recording it on your phone and then showed the police the recording. But you're asking people to screenshot this, to screen record it, and you're not going to have a copy of it. So we're going to ask somebody to email it to you or something? It doesn't make any sense, dude. Look at all the comments. You shouldn't have done it. You ruined yourself. You shouldn't have done this in front of kids.
So please keep screen recording this.
Someone says you're doing this to yourself. You'll regret it.
I'm so glad you did this. I really am. What's...
She just said it's not true.
Not true.
You are not true, she said. Clint.
So is he one of those people that just pretends like he believes you and then pretends to believe me?
Oh, really? Because I literally have him on the phone.
I'll go show him the messages right now, Allie. You look scared as fuck.
Who's Allie?
I'm on live and you look scared. I have all the messages.
You're a crazy person, Garrett.
Oh my God.
She's right, but he's also right. You're all crazy people. Okay? And if someone's having a meltdown, if it's because he has some kind of mental issue, calling them a crazy person while they're angry, that'll help.
I'm about to me, bro.
Don't call people bro.
The messages.
Yeah, I know.
Don't be a simp, bro.
And then he posts this next, 10 years in the effing trash. Has his neck tattoos. And then he writes this: girls have no idea how to act when you unfold all their lies. I'm meant for more than this, right? And you see this a lot with trashy style people, and that's what they really are. You'll be like, people have this this incessant need to be like, I'm worth more than everything. And it's when you post those, like, I don't know how you even say, they're not memes, but like the inspirational pictures of like a mermaid in the sky, and they're like, I'm meant for greatness. And that person left school grade 8. You know those types of people talk about? That's these people. Okay? They have this idea who they are or who they think they are, and they never reached that echelon of normalcy ever in their life, but they think they are, and they think they're owed and deserved all these things. They're not, because they made shitty decision after shitty decision and then continue to make shitty decisions and then post it for the entire world to see forever. If you're a classy person who respects your children, you don't do what they did here. Both of them. Then he posts this: for those of you questioning why I went live and why I did that in front of the kids, I had literally no other option. Lie. You could just record. You could have recorded it. Maybe if you wanted to upload it later, maybe, whatever. Your phone can record, Garrick. The kids were in my care and they pull up to the house 2 against 1, threatening to call the cops if I don't leave my house. This is what you do then, Garrick. You call the police too. We'll let them get there. Both of you present your case. Let the cops decide. Because you're in the house with the kids and she's not. So you got the upper hand. That's what happened. He just let the kids go. But what she's going to do is she's going to gaslight him and she's going to tell the cop, look, he tried to unalive himself the other day. Here's the post proof, blah, blah, blah. I'm scared they're going to be with him. He might have a gun, blah, blah, blah. Garrick knows something's up. Garrick knows he has something, and she knows, and he knows it. She knows it, and she's going to use that against him when the cops get there, which is why he relented. That's what happened here. The situation is that he knows it's a lost cause to have the cops come to the house. So he was using the court of public opinion instead. And that's why he didn't record it, because that's not going to help him. He wants people to see it and like make up their own mind from this vague argument they're having. We still have no idea what happened. Telling Zach I was trying to hurt the kids and that I faked the messages and that I'm crazy. They are doing everything they can to avoid accountability for lying, cheating, and I have proof. If I was not recording for my safety, they easily would have told more lies and something else happened. Now I get that. I understand recording for your safety, but you were live streaming, dude. Then he posts this: having nothing and nowhere to go is the worst feeling in the world, but it feels better knowing the truth. Again, angels in the sky, like wolves howling at the moon with like text that's like sexy, you know, the glitter, those, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at. Then he writes this morning, I think, waking up and realizing you're still in a nightmare. Then he writes this: trying to say that I need help after I found everything out, trying to make me look crazy for being gaslit for so long. I'm not crazy, I'm not suicidal, I've just been manipulated for so effing long. The only option she has left is to call the police and say she worried about me in hopes that they take me back to the psych ward, which you can look at the records. I went there willingly. So she's got the upper hand here. He went to the psych ward willingly. There's a record of that. The police are going to take that into consideration. And there's a post of him saying that he wanted to unalive himself. This guy, because he's so chronically online, because these people can't not share things online, effed himself completely. 100%. If Judge looks at the two of these people, who's he going to give the kids to? Right? A guy who's literally admitted online with pictures saying he wanted to do that to himself, or the wife who kind of kept more of it secret and is just a sex worker. Who do you think their kids are going to go to? He did this to himself. And these people who are so chronically online, they can't help it. They're so real and they're sharing all the shit. And in the end, it's going to F them in more ways than one. And if it's not this, it's something they said 5 years ago. Something racist. Or if it's this and that. That's why these people who are so do this for a living, they don't even remember what they put online. I was not forced. I learned that you can do all self-reflection and you can change all you want, but if you're in a situation that doesn't change and the people around you don't change, you will always end up in the same situation. If y'all can't see the power trip that's being played out, kicked out of my house because I caught her lying, then you shouldn't have left, dude. She's in control of all the money. She's going to say that she's the one that does all the working, but then who watches the kids with all those hours of editing? Also, I'm not in the videos. I'm in a scary position, and I just hope people see through the bullshit. She's also been using my content on OnlyFans for weeks without my permission. I do not have access to anything. She blocked me out of everything, which is illegal. We're still married. Now, I don't know if it's legal, but in the end, yeah, if she's got purse strings and everything else, you're kind of effed, buddy. Although if you have made money, you are entitled to half of it. And likely she's in the process of liquidating that cash right now. Just saying. And then she posts things like, waking up in a full manic episode, ready to take on the world as if I wasn't crying like a baby last night over nothing. And again, she's out there driving, having a full manic episode, and admitting this on camera. Judge, a judge is going to look at this shit, people. They're going to see it. And they're going to be like, maybe neither of you should have these kids. They're just posting this show trash. This is such trash. This is a trailer park fight everybody can hear outside their window. That's all it is. Sometimes I wake up from a dream I wish I never had, and other times I wish I never woke up. Again, maybe you shouldn't put this shit on the internet, bro. Because would any person in their right mind want children to be around a guy who is literally suicidal? No, they wouldn't. That would be irresponsible. So here's one of the receipts here. It says, I mean, I have no reason to lie. At this point, I wish I was actually something to make you upset as you make me. I don't know who he's sending this to. Sounds pretty shady to me. F you, I didn't ruin shit. You're a liar. You could have just handed me your phone, but I know what you slits talk about. I'm telling Zach about Allie too. So it looks like Zoe and Allie might have done something and were cheating together and it was discovered or something, or they were cheating out. Maybe they went to a strip club. I don't know. He's obviously going to make a video about this and capitalize on it, and everybody's going to flock to it. And the only thing that they're going to do is hurt their children by doing that. Everybody wants that tea. People want to know what happened because inherently they're investing in these people's lives because they put everything online. But you not see the danger of that in these children. So let's say he does that. He puts it out and everybody sees it, downloads it, and we talk about it. Okay. In the end, when those kids get older, that shit's going to be online because these guys aren't going to last anymore. They're going to get done and no one's going to watch them. They're not going to survive on social media. They're not surviving right now on social media. They are going to be an afterthought in less than 2 weeks. Nobody's going to care 10 years down the road. This shit's going to come up eventually. It's going to be searchable. Unless these kids change their names, this shit will be out there forever. And these parents aren't going to get any better, right? They're not changing. They're getting worse. She's going to go do an OnlyFans on herself. She's going to think that's where she thinks her value is going to lie. They built their platform being family vloggers. Then pivoted to the most disgusting work that you can do. I'm sorry. It's gross. It is immoral and it is invaluable and it is not valuable to society. I know I'll get some hate for that, but I don't care. She's not with Zach, but okay. Like again, nobody really knows what's going on, which is crazy. See if they have more receipts. I think there is more receipts somewhere. Somebody says Allie was gaslighting the F out of Garrick. So here's some of the VanClan Starks that's going on. Someone says that they think Garrick's being abused or he's abusing her. Y'all think he's abused? I personally know them, and I can tell you right now, he's not the victim. Everyone that knows Garrick knows he's got mental problems and he has threatened his life and his family's life multiple times, which is why he was Baker acted by the cops. I hope he gets the help he needs for the sake of his kids. He better pray Zoe doesn't come out with the stuff she has on him. So it sounds like No Boysenberry is somebody close to the situation is saying, you guys don't want this. And that's why I think my first initial reaction is that Garrick knows that there's some shit on him, knows that, and is leaving when the cops came. So he left. He didn't have to. If he was in the right and he understood that he was in the right and he felt that he was going to be vindicated, he wouldn't have left the house. So in the end, there are no winners in this situation, okay? Only two giant ass losers, Zoe and Garrick. Garrick goes live. Zoe keeps it private. So there's a point for Zoe on that one. She's not exploiting this situation. I'm sure she will. If it gets out of hand where she's going to need to release the info she has on Garrick, that's what's going to happen. Garrick doesn't have a leg to stand on. That's what I know. I also think that Zoe's a piece of shit. Okay, Garrick and Zoe are both equally shitty. Okay, but I also can start to see that he has been manipulated by Zoe because he's stupid, who gave her all the power on the purse strings, on the social media channels and everything else. He's just gone along for the ride and has reaped the benefits so far on the way. They've made some money on this channel, okay? Don't forget that. They've lived a life, they bought shit, they've gone on vacations. They've made 52,869 views on this channel. They made some money, okay? They've made some money, and that shit's all gone, okay? They live in a decent house, but they're gone. And the last video I did was 2 days ago, and it's and unless they're like, oh, we're just, you know, we made up now, because they keep going back and forth, because toxic couples generally tend to do this. They have these big meltdowns, and then they're like, oh, we can't get anybody else because we know we're stupid and everybody hates us. Let's just stay together. Then they continue to do it. They'll continue to do this, and the fans will continue to be like, I don't want to be a part of this. Hopefully. Shouldn't be rewarded for being dickholes, that's for sure. And don't forget the core memories these children will now have because of what we just saw. We all saw that. Kids like me who grew up in that type of chaos, that triggers us. And you know why it triggers us? Because we remember that moment. It brings us back to that moment, because that moment is terrifying and it gives you memories forever. And that's what they're doing to their children. That's literally what's happening. And nobody wins here, especially not the kids. And he went on a live, they're not getting paid for that. They're not exploiting that for cash. I'm sure they will. They will make their videos. So we'll follow this. But you know, if you guys are watching, Garrick and Zoe, do yourselves a damn favor. Go get right. And go get help. Spend the money that you do have, if you have any left, on therapy, because it actually will matter. It will make a difference in your life if you go get the therapy you need. You guys need help. You started too young. You weren't ready, and you're still not ready. You're immature losers. Okay? And the only people going to suffer are the kids that you seem to love. So why would you continue to put your kids through these types of situations? And it sounds like Zoe and Garrick, you probably both have that same type of trauma growing up. I don't know your stories, but I feel like it's being circulated. You were living in your trauma loop. This happened to you as a kid, and now you're doing it to your children. That's what it looks like to me. And it is possible to break that generational trauma. You guys are living in your generational trauma, and you are cycling through it right now, and you don't have to. You can go get help. You can be better people. I hope you can. I really do. There's hope for everybody. You're still young. You could still do this. Stop exploiting your kids. Go back through your channel. Remove everything with your kids on it. If you guys want to live this life on here like that, fine. But go get rid of the kids off the channel. This will haunt them for the rest of their lives. If you love your kids like you say you do, prove it. And stop putting them in the middle. They are not your swords, and they are not your shields. They are your children, and you are sworn to protect them at all costs. Stop being so damn selfish. Everybody take a deep breath with me. I'm sorry for those that triggered, because it absolutely triggered me too. These conversations are tough. These people are so selfish, they don't see it in the moment. They see it later and they do feel bad. They will feel bad. But then they'll repeat it again because it builds up over time, because they don't get the help that they need. They need to exit their generational trauma, and if they don't, it's going to get worse. And if you, who watch me, struggle in this type of relationship or domestic abuse, there is help for you. Okay, if you're in a position where somebody is gaslighting you or treating you terribly or abusing you or trying to withhold your children from you or using them as a sword against you and all these types of things, and you feel like you have nowhere to go, you do have places to go. There are numbers that you can call. Okay, there is help. And so if you are struggling in domestic abuse situations, please find a person that can help you. It takes a lot of courage to do that too, and once you step into that courage, it could save your life. So if you are struggling with that, please take this moment. I mean, the silver lining of this video could be that there are some people out there realizing, shit, this isn't right, and it isn't right. And you have the opportunity to get the help that you need, and there are people willing to help. Okay? So if you know somebody who's out there struggling, maybe you can be their help or encourage them to get the help. And if you are the person that needs the help, please reach out and get it. Okay? Kids deserve more. And being in a relationship where you're being gaslit and abused, and you're staying, you think you're staying there for the good of the kids, it's not good for the kids. All right? Be careful out there. And thank you for joining me in this channel, being part of these tough conversations. You are amazing. You are very valuable. Don't you forget it. And I will see you tomorrow.